Hey guys, this is my Evilswarm deck profile. It's what I've been playing throughout this format, trying to counter the Dragon deck and the Prophecy deck. I think it has a good matchup against Dragons, but if they open the nuts and you've got no response, then obviously you go the same way as the rest of the decks. But this is what I've been playing. If you can suggest any changes, then help me out. Okay, one Dark Arm Dragon. Boss monster, you can manipulate the grave very easily. 2 rescue bunnies. I don't really need to explain this. It's an instant Ophion. Double effect Veiler. Great card in this matter. You want to stop your opponent from getting the big plays off, like Big Eye, etc. Double Max C. Another very relevant card, especially in the Dragon matchup. Side the third. We've got 3 Kirkion. Kirkion is another one card exceed, another easy way to get your Ophion, to go into Bahamut, etc. It's a great card, and it made the deck a lot more playable when we got it. Next card, 3 Caster. Caster's a great card with any other. If you've got any other Evilswarms in your hand, then this is also an instant Exceed. I'm playing 3 copies of Mandragora. I know that some people say that it's cloggy, they put it down at 2. But in this deck, the emphasis is a bit more on rank 4s as opposed to grab the Ophion and sit on it. The 3 Heliotrope. Obviously, your 3 rabbit targets. These guys can put some serious damage on the board as well. 3 Kagetokage, or Shadow Lizard if you watch the OCG. A great card, and it allows even more easy rank 4s, and it becomes better in the next set when we get Key Beetle and 1 Thunderbird. The only reason this is at 1 is because it tends to sit in my hand quite a lot. It doesn't really contribute too much to the deck other than the fact that it's an Evilswarm. I'm thinking of cutting it. Spells, we got Reborn, Storm, and Darkhole. A lot of people disagree with Darkhole and Storm, but you can always side them out for your Dragon matchups and bring in a ton more hate. So we got 1 Rotor, that's to grab Caster, and it doesn't even clog because there are other things you can do when you've got double Caster, I'll explain later. Allure of Darkness, you run loads of darks, may as well make the speed a bit quicker. And double Pandemic. Pandemic's a great card against back row heavy decks. Also protects you from annoyances like Breakthrough Skill. We've got the Solemn Duo. These guys are awesome, as they have been in previous formats, but not so good against Dragons because it's so easy to die in that matchup. Play 1 copy of XYZ Reborn. This card is kind of trolly because I picture myself sitting on Ophion against Dragons. They draw into their blaster eventually, pop it, flip this, and that's game. Because they have no way to get past the Ophion. It's a great card. And because you exceed so much, it makes sense. It's controversial, but I'm going double Vanity's Emptiness. It's another card which, it's a lockdown card. Stops your opponent. It's really good against Dragons. Double Imperial Iron Wall. Another very relevant card this format, especially against Dragons, but in Prophecy, crucially, it locks out Fate, which is, in my mind, the most crucial card in the deck. I'm playing 1 copy of Bottomless, and that's only because I decided to go with Triple Compulse. I'm finding Compulse to be an excellent card this format, especially to counter the Dragasack play. And yeah, I didn't like multiple bottomless. It conflicts a bit with the other ideas in the deck, but it can win you games. I don't know. I'm still in the testing stage. It might be dropped for another safe zone, for a safe zone in the deck. I've been testing that as well. Next we've got triple Ophion. The main reason you play this deck really locks out your opponent from special summoning, grabs you Pandemic, good card. 1 Bahamut. Some people play 2. I don't think it's necessary. If you're locking down the board, then you shouldn't really need to go into 2 copies. But it's great to be able to steal Dragosax, steal Big Eye, etc. 1 Ouroboros. Hardly ever make this guy, but you have to have him, I suppose. 1 Shockmaster. Shockmaster's always relevant, and sometimes it's the better choice than Ophion. It becomes a lot easier due to Kagetokage, which is very easy to do. You can go Rabbit, then special the Kagetokage, and that's an instant Shockmaster right there. There are other ways as well with Caster and Kirkion, which don't stack, so you can bring out both of them. We've got 1 Lavalval Chain, great for stacking Dark Armed when it becomes live. Great if you want to get the 3rd Dark for Dark Armed. Dump an Evilswarm to make Kirkion live. There's loads of plays with this card. Some generic like rank 4s here. Utopia. My Stroke is great in the mirror. Gets rid of Ophions. Dweller for the Mermails. Cowboy. It's easy to put a lot of damage on the board with your double heliotropes, etc. And you can find yourself winning games just on the burn damage of Cowboy. Butterfly. Butterfly's another relevant card because it abuses the fact that Dragosac makes his little tokens, and putting a lot of damage on the board in that matchup very quickly is a great strategy. Pearl for the mirror. Don't need to explain that, it's a beta. 1 King of the Feral Imps, King Gremlin, whatever you want to call it. This guy has double purpose in the deck. Serves to grab Vasky when you're playing against dragons. You side in the Vasky, obviously. For those who don't know, Vasky is a card which tributes 2 tokens, then you get the chance to pop a monster, so it's an instant Dragosac killer. And the last card is Excalibur. Excalibur you'll rarely make, but it makes for double caster, so if you open caster and rotor, you've got an instant Excalibur. And a quick 4k on the board can make that push for game. So yeah, that was my Evilswarm deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've got any suggestions, like I say, let me know, because they're always welcome. I'm not sure if I'll be attending Euros yet. I've got my invite, but I'm not sure where I'll be during the summer. And if I do, there's a strong chance I'll be playing this deck, so I want to make sure it's the best build possible. I've been testing other things like the 3 Thunderbird, I've been testing Dress, I've been testing Safe Zone. So I'm still very much in the testing phase. This is just my first version of the deck, the version I've been testing for a few weeks. So anyway, if you like the video, can't rate, subscribe. Okay, thanks.